Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar for today, YMCA GTA, Supporting a Newcomer's Journey. As you know, as you have experienced, maybe moving to a new country, to Canada, can be an exciting experience, but it also could be an overwhelming or challenging one. You need to settle in your new country, maybe access social services, upgrade your language skills, find a job, and all this will make your experience, could make your experience overwhelming, but luckily in Canada, there's a lot of support and help available for new immigrants. And to talk about those support services, today we've invited four amazing guests from the YMCA of the Greater Toronto Area to talk about how their services could help you build a better life in Canada and succeed even before you come here. Before I introduce our speakers, just let me mention that this webinar for today is brought to you by New Canadians, a TV show and web series for newcomers to Canada that you can watch through our website, newcanadians.tv, our YouTube channel, where this session is live streaming. And also, if you're in Canada, you can watch it every week on Omni Television. The webinar is in collaboration with Next Stop Canada, the pre-arrival service offered by YMCA. So let me introduce you today's speakers, Tyson Dimayuga from Next Stop Canada, Joey Dela Cruz from the Newcomer Youth Settlement Services, Lucia Scalco from the Newcomer Information Center, and Roberto Echeverria from the Language and Referral Center at the YMCA GTA. Hello and welcome, everyone.
Hello, thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
And thank you, it's our pleasure. And also a warm welcome to all of our attendees today who joined us from Toronto, from other parts of Canada, as well as from the overseas. I can see Bangladesh, I can see Philippines in the chat, and many other countries as well. And all the attendees are eager to know about all these support services that you work with newcomers to help them build a better life here in Canada. So over to you, Tyson.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Gerard, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Again, my name is Tyson, and I moved to Canada in 2016 as a permanent resident from the Philippines. Now, I share my professional skills in helping other newcomers transition their lives in Canada through our program, Next Stop Canada. Today, I have myself, Joey, Lucia, and Roberto to gladly share the YMCA of Greater Toronto Area's Immigration Services program that can help and support you on your move to Canada. At the end of the presentation, we will open the floor to your questions. So let's get started. All right. In 2021 alone, Canada has granted permanent residency to more than 200,000 individuals. Each year, Canada welcomes an average of 300,000 newcomers. Although Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada continues to accept and process applications throughout the pandemic, the global travel restrictions and capacity constraints led to a shortfall in admission over the last several months. To compensate for the shortfall of the workers that needs to fulfill a crucial labor market gap, and to make Canada a more competitive in the world stage, in the years 2021-2023, the country aims to continue welcoming immigrants at the rate of about 1% of the population. So what are pre-arrival services? These are free, in-person, and online services to help prepare for and adjust to life in Canada. The goal of pre-arrival services is to prepare you and your family for your move to Canada. It can help you get your education, work experience, and credentials recognized here in this country. It can also help you connect with employers to find a job. It can also help you with other free services after you arrive to Canada. So again, who needs these pre-arrival services? It can be individuals, couples, family, and even youth. If you have received approval from the IRCC to come to Canada as a permanent resident, you are qualified to register for these pre-arrival services. But why do you need a pre-arrival service? The process of settlement doesn't start from the time you land in Canada, but it starts as soon as you start preparing for your move. So at this point, pre-arrival programs help a newcomer navigate the process of preparation, landing, and get them mentally ready for the next phase of their transition to this new country. Whether it be learning more about the community and the province you're moving into, enrolling your kids to school, applying for a driver's license, or just how to choose a phone plan. These are just some important information you can gain access before landing so you can plan your move accordingly. Newcomers need information that will help them plan and support their move to Canada, as I mentioned. These information that you see on the screen right now are the major areas of information that newcomers must know in order to have a smoother and well-informed transition into Canadian society. A few years ago, when I immigrated to Canada, I availed a pre-arrival service myself, and I must say, the program helped me establish a concrete plan to navigate through the change and the transition to this new country. Once I landed, I know exactly how I can start applying for social services, opening a bank account, applying for a health card, and which organization I can seek assistance on applying for a job, or are just some of the information I gained through a pre-arrival service that I availed before landing to Canada. So how can you access these pre-arrival services? So Next Up Canada can help you and your family. We are an online national pre-arrival program funded by the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. We assist people who are already approved to migrate to Canada but have not yet landed. The program's primary objective is to provide settlement services, including information and referral on housing, education, health, employment, finance, and family support. Our interactive platform has enabled the program to assist future newcomers to Canada even before landing. We're actively promoting our services on social media and widening our reach to help more newcomers to Canada. Over the past 6 years, we have serviced more than 18,000 clients coming from all over the world. Clients are able to access these services anywhere and anytime at their own pace, given our online platform. We have the following services. We have the live chat, wherein you can do a live chat with an information referral specialist from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time to get real-time answers to your questions. You will also receive a personal settlement plan. This is a one-on-one support from our settlement specialist. They will conduct a needs assessment and provide you with a personal plan within 2 to 3 days upon registration. Services offered in over 10 languages. We can also connect you to newcomer services all over Canada once you land. We have ongoing live webinars, weekly. These are online information sessions about settlement-related topics every Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have the online resources, wherein it's a self-paced, up-to-date online resource which contain webinars, videos, blogs, and e-learning courses, which you can access anytime and anywhere, as long as you have internet connection. We have the topics forum, wherein it's an interactive forum where you can post a question and you will be answered by our specialists as well. The mentors forum is wherein you can connect with other settled immigrants working in their respective fields who can provide you tips and advice about job search and labor market information. And of course, we also have the youth program, wherein we have youth-specific resources and services for 12 to 19-year-old to assist them in their special needs in moving here as a youth. So who can avail our services? Again, you must be at least 12 years and above. You must still live in outside Canada, and you must already have received approval from the IRCC to move to Canada as a permanent resident. How to get started? Just log on to our website, www.nextstopcanada.ca, click on register, fill up the registration page with your personal information. Once registration is confirmed, you will receive an email introduction or instruction to log into the website. And you will also receive an email from your information referral specialist to get started in your settlement plan. So you will have an assigned specialist that will guide you through the process of planning your move to Canada. Just a quick testimonial. Here is Muhammad with me as a former mentor of the program. I helped him navigate his career transition in Canada. He was able to land a career in finance shortly once he moved to Canada. Now he started volunteering with Next Stop Canada as well, helping other newcomers get into their field once they land to Canada. So this is just one of the hundreds of testimonials Next Stop Canada has received over the years. We wish to see you succeed in Canada with the help of our program. So once you land in Canada, what happens next? Let me give the floor to Lucia as she introduces the Newcomer Information Center for those who are already landed in Canada.
Good morning. And thank you very much, Gerard, for having us here. It's an honor to talk to you and the amazing team from the YMCA Immigrant Services. Thank you, Tyson, for introducing Next Stop Canada. And let's get started. My name is Lucia, and I work for the Newcomer Information Center, or NIC for short. NIC provides free settlement services for newcomers to Canada in Canada. We serve the immigrants who are already in Canada, and we offer in-person and online services. Our program ensures that newcomers receive relevant and up-to-date information to make informed decisions and achieve their personal goals. While our goal as a service provider is to help immigrants to adapt and integrate into the Canadian society. Our first center, Our first center was opened in Toronto in November 2001 with the support of the Citizenship and Immigration Canada. We are turning 20 years old this year. Our centers are welcoming places for immigrants starting their new lives in Canada, and the program is still funded by the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, the IRCC, and has been serving the community as a first stop for many newcomers coming to Toronto. And there is also something I want to clarify to our audience. The YMCA is a global organization with strong presence across 120 countries, impacting millions of people's lives. If you have seen the Y logo before in your country of origin, it's probably the same organization, and the services varies from country to country according to the community needs. All right, let's move on to some quick facts about NIC. We have more than 6,000 members. The newcomers, all newcomers who register with the NIC to get our services from over 100 countries. Most of our clients are from 25 to 40 years old. The top 3 countries of origin are India, China, and Iran. Next slide, please. We offer in-person services, and since the pandemic hit in 2020, we started offering online services as well. Our staff is very welcoming and knowledgeable about immigrants' needs. I mentioned before that NIC has been around since 2001, and some of our staff has been working with NIC since then. Our staff speak more than 10 languages. You'll find Mandarin, Hindi, Spanish speakers, and so on. We deliver approximately 15 webinars per month, covering topics such as Canadian social customs, job search, resume and cover letter writing, and more. We have 7 locations across the Greater Toronto area for those who prefer to have an in-person appointment. And talking about location, in this slide, you can see our 7 locations in the Greater Toronto area. We have 2 locations in downtown Toronto, 3 in North York, and 2 locations in Scarborough. You can select the one which is best for you and book an appointment and meet one of our information and referral specialists. You can visit our website, Newcomers in Canada, to find all the addresses and book your appointment. Moving on, let's talk about how to register with the Newcomer Information Center. Currently, we offer 3 different ways of registering with us: in person and virtual meeting, and through our online platform. For in-person and virtual meetings, you need to book an appointment and you'll have a one-on-one meeting with one of our information and referral specialists. The online service is a self-registration platform similar to the Next Stop Canada. And after you finish your registration, you'll be connected to one of our staff. All clients have the same services and access to our online platforms and are able to chat with someone, ask questions in the forum, register to the live webinars, and watch the video recordings. The only difference of the 3 methods of the 3 ways of registration is the way you're going to choose to connect with Nick for the first time. And the steps will be, you're going to get one-on-one meeting online or in person, and you're going to discuss your immediate needs with a dedicated information and referral specialist who, based on your in the discussion you'll have, they will provide you with a personalized settlement plan that helps you to achieve your personal goals. You can also join our in-house and guest speaker information sessions covering topics of education, work, and life in Canada. You will get reliable and up-to-date information and referrals on government-funded programs and others according to your needs. Enjoy activities for networking and practicing language skills. We have mentoring program and English conversation circles. You can post questions and get professional answers from our team of specialists in our online forum. And we also offer a computer and resource area that right now is closed due to the pandemic. We hope to have it open soon. So if you're interested in this area, please contact the center to learn when it will be available. In the next slide, we are going to talk about eligibility. Basically, everyone who's over 14 years old, resident of Ontario, and are not a Canadian citizen can join our program. If you're in a different province, planning to move to Ontario, you're also welcome to join NIC. But the difference here from Next Stop Canada to Newcomer Information Center is that you have to be in Canada and provide a Canadian address in order to register with us. And move on, you can move to the next slide, and you'll find our website. I would encourage you to go to our website, newcomersincanada.ca, and check it out, book your appointment or register yourself and your family. If you want to have more information, you can contact me. This is my email address, and my name again is Lucia Scalco. In the next slide, you're going to see other programs offered by the YMCA GTA. We have 9 health and fitness locations in the GTA, and the Y is the largest provider of not-for-profit childcare in the GTA with more than 300 centers. And there are other programs as well, youth programs, employment services, camps and outdoor educations. You go to the website YMCA GTA and you can check it out. Now, I want to thank you so much for listening to us and invite my colleague Roberto to tell us about the Language Assessment and Referral Center, which, by the way, I'm a client.
Thank you very much, Lucia. Thank you, everyone. And congratulations. Congratulations. Yes, because now you are on the path of coming to Canada, or you're already in Canada. And one of the questions that you will have is, how is my English? How is my French? Is my English good enough? Oh my goodness, does everyone speak English and French? And the good news is that, well, people speak English, people speak French, but we are here as the YMCA to offer you the opportunity to improve the English or the French that you have and make it even better. And it's learning in improving English and French what's gonna make you a person that is gonna be successful in Canada. As you may know, or maybe you don't know, but English and French are the two official languages of Canada. And we have to achieve proficiency in either one of those national official languages in order to have a comfortable life that will make you climb in the society and function freely here. As we can see, the YMCA has the blessing of serving so many people. 29th, in the next slide, we will see that 29,500 people have been served so far every year by the YMCA of Greater Toronto. We offer an assessment, and it's that assessment which is going to be the key to open the door for you to access free language assessments. Yes, you heard that right. It's free, and it's paid for by the government of Ontario and the federal government of Canada, because they really want everyone to have the same opportunities in accessing services in either one of our official languages. If you see in the next slide, we will talk more about what the assessment is about. An assessment is a long word, and maybe you might think that it's like a test. And yes and no. A test is something that you have to study for, but in an assessment, you don't. That's good news, because we want to receive you in the way you are and see the language level you have. We will measure that assessment in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We will do this at no cost in one of our language centers. You do not have to study for these tests, but remember, you have to book an appointment with us so you can start the process. The assessment is not a pass and fail. We use a scale created by the Canadian government, and the scale is called the CLB, or Canadian Language Benchmark. It goes from number 1 to number 12. Once you get a score on our assessment, we will place you in the best benchmark course in either English or French, and then they will work with you on the schools that we provide. In the next slide, I can assure you, you will have a place that is close to your house or close to the place where you are living in Canada. If you are not residing in Canada yet, as soon as you arrive to the country, you can access our assessments. At this point, we offer assessments in Central YMCA, Etobicoke YMCA, Toronto Consumers YMCA, North York YMCA, and Scarborough-Milner YMCA. If you're outside of Canada, you might find that these names are very different. Don't worry, as soon as you come here, you will learn all these names by memory because they're close to all the subway stations and bus lanes. And that's important, to be close to a subway station in this city. It's also very important that once you book an appointment, you make sure to find where the center is to see if it's close to you. The people that we have in our call center, as soon as you call or contact us, will actually locate your appointment in the place that is nearest to your home. It is also really interesting to see how our assessors make a relationship with our clients, because they will find a school that is best suited to your needs. And some people, because of these COVID restrictions, might find that going into our centers is too challenging, or even the distance is too far for them. The good news is that we have developed a fully online test, as we can describe it, yes, in this slide. The Language Assessment and Referrals Center of the YMCA has an English or a French assessment fully done online. Currently, this test is only available for people who are residing in Canada, and as Lucia said, people who already have a physical address in Canada. The tests are as well free, but you need to have knowledge of technology in order to take this test. If you don't have the knowledge of technology, but you still want to be assessed, you are welcome to come to our offices. We have implemented a full COVID protocol to ensure safety for you as a client and for us as language assessors, in order for have a smooth transition into normality in our centers. There is also a test for people who have limitations in their native language writing or reading. So if you have literacy problems in your native language, but you still want to learn English, we have an online tool and a physical tool to work with you to ensure we can find a language school for you. Our main goal here is never to leave anybody behind. One thing that I want to clarify is that the YMCA does not teach English or French. We, as a third-party client or provider, offer these free services without bias to the government of Canada and the client. But then the question comes up, where do we send you? Well, we will send you to language schools, and these language schools are sponsored or owned and operated by the government of Canada. And we offer ELT, and we offer FLT and HLTT. ELT is English language training, and FLT is French language training. HLTT is a high level of English training for people who have occupation-specific language purpose English or French. This is people who need to learn English for accounting, English for finances, English for computers, and it's people who have very high levels of proficiency and just need that tiny little tad bit of English or French there in order to function in their jobs. We also offer a course for you. And if we see on these courses are, as I said before, completely free, and each level can take a semester. That's something people ask me a lot too. And they are also courses that you can use in order to prove your knowledge of the national language once you apply for citizenship. So if you go to the next slide, we will see the requirements. You have to be 18 years of age in order to apply to any of our courses. You have to be a permanent resident of Canada or a Canadian citizen born outside of Canada whose native language is not English or French. A conventional refugee or a protected person, a refugee claimant as well, a foreign domestic worker in the live-in caregiver program, which is people who come in a special classification, foreign domestic workers who are temporary workers as well, and provincial nominees and their dependents who have not received the permanent resident status yet. I also want to clarify something. A temporary foreign worker does not include students. Students who are university students cannot use our language referral services. And in the next slide, we will see something that is important to know about the French. A lot of our students who study English with us, and then once they finish their English, they feel so confident and the quality they receive is good. So it's so good that they want to start French. But then the problem is that some French classes are funded by the federal government. And if you received classes by a program funded by a provincial government called ESL, you cannot access federally funded classes, which are called CLIC. So don't worry, it's a bit complicated, but once you call us and do the assessment, the assessor is fully trained on how to locate you and the best and most suitable course for you, depending on your needs. On the next slide, we will see the validity of the test. The test is valid for 24 months. And that's one of the changes we had with COVID. Before it was 12 months. So every year people who left the program and didn't report to class needed to come back to us. And now they have 2 years to do that. And we also want to call you and encourage you to make an appointment with us. On the next slide, you will find our phone number. It's 416-925-5462. And the email address is language.test@ymcagta.org. And on the last slide, we will find the phone number and also my phone number. It's 437-223-1625. My name is Roberto. That's my email. Please feel free to call me, contact me. Don't call me at midnight, please, but just call me. And make sure you send an email to me if you want. I speak Spanish, if you didn't notice. And make sure to please email me if you want in Spanish as well, if you feel that it's more comfortable for you. And the Language Assessment and Referral Service is a service provided by the YMCA of Greater Toronto, a charity that is here to ignite the future of people and shine a light in the present. Thank you, and I leave the floor to Gerard. Or Tyson? Oh, Tyson, yeah, okay, sorry.
I think it's me, Robert.
We'll go to Joey now.
Oh, to Joey, okay.
It's all good.
You know, I was about to mention all the names of the spring, but I got it right. Joy this time.
Thank you, Roberto, and thank you, Gerard, for having NYLD. So, hello again. My name is Joey Dela Cruz. My pronouns are he and him, and I work as the program support specialist for the Newcomer Youth Leadership Development Program, or NYLD. So, maybe you can ask what's NYLD and how do we support newcomer youth in the Greater Toronto Area? So NYLD is a leadership-based settlement program funded by the Canadian government through the Department of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, or IRCC. Our program started in 2007 as a small pilot, and with a handful of participants, and it's now running out of 9 YMCA locations across the GTA, serving thousands of newcomer youth each year. We have 7 sites and serve permanent residents and refugees, and 2 that specifically support refugee youth and family, and funded by a private donor. So you may ask, why choose NYLD? The YMCA has been a leader in both settlement and youth leadership development programming for decades. NYLD has adapted this program to better support newcomer youth to overcome settlement barriers and equip them with the knowledge, skills, and resources and experience to become engaged new Canadians. So how does NYLD work? So we have 6 main program components: youth groups, mentor council, family engagement, special events, learn and lead workshop, and paid internship. So what are group activities? So youth actually meet year round in the school year, in the summer, or even in the school breaks. They meet with their dedicated youth advisor for activities focusing on 4 main pillars. One is settlement and integration support. We also have leadership training and skills development. We have community involvement and health and well-being. We also have mentor council. So youth who have been in the program for a year with a strong leadership skills, health advisors plan and run events and become program ambassadors. We want to make sure that the program remain relevant and responsive to the needs of the newcomer youth while supporting mentors to further develop their own skills. We also have family engagement. There are it's simply building relationship and social networking and opportunities to access family-friendly recreational opportunities. Just like last month, we went to apple picking with all of our 9 sites across the GTA. We also do special events. These are actually opportunities for you to put the leadership skills into action and work together to plan their own events like Mentor-Led Integration Conference, International Youth Day, and Piece by Piece. These are all mentor-led wherein there's no support from the advisors. They are actually doing these activities amongst themselves. We also have Learn and Lead workshop series. These are delivered to newcomer youth in schools, libraries, and to the broader community. It provides information on topics relating to settlement and integration, leadership development, volunteerism, and education. This also acts as our outreach tool for on-site programming. And lastly, we added the paid internship. So it's a paid program offered for our current participant and alumni of NYLD. Here, youth gain practical work experience and give back to the communities as well. So overall, you will see that NYLD works with over 100 community partners to build program awareness, to establish referral mechanisms, to enhance the program offerings, and to help youth to make connections in the broader community. So how does the YMCA work with young people? So we follow the framework called Healthy Adolescent Development. So it includes the YMCA values such as health, inclusion, respect, responsibility, caring, and honesty. We also discuss about harm reduction, the stages of change happening in a young person, the social determinants of health, which is very, very important, developmental appropriateness, and asset development. So maybe you'll ask what healthy adolescent development is all about. So in a nutshell, young people come to the YMCA and to learn a new skill or maybe to develop their leadership skills. We respect and acknowledge and listen to the choice an individual has made. At all stages of the change, young people need adults who can listen without judging, offer empathy and encouragement. We also acknowledge that all young people possess assets, such as skills and talents. And the YMCA contributes to the adolescent development by working with youth to increase the number of assets they have. So what do you think are the impacts of NYLD? You know what, this is always the very, this is an amazing topic I always want to share because every, at the end of the summer or even another end of the school year, the YMCA runs retrospective surveys. And additionally, we conduct interactive evaluations and seek regular informal feedback. What happens is that the manager visits each of our NYLD sites to run a feedback session with our youth. So the goal was actually to learn more about their experiences in the program, the impact the program is having, but most importantly, what can we do to improve the program? I'm happy to see amazing results like this, and I'm really just so proud of the YMCA as a whole and the NYLD as the program. So that being said, how to get started? So you may visit newcomers in canada.ca/youth, click sign up, and fill out the registration page. Just want to take note that as a result of the pandemic, the program is currently running virtual activities as well as facilitating meaningful volunteer engagement to support young people during these challenging times. Through a hybrid of both online and offline activities and workshops, we've created safe virtual spaces in our new normal and continue to provide excellent settlement experiences for our young people. Of course, just like Tyson, we have a couple of testimonials for NYLD. So first one is Moses. He joined NYLD in 2017. He is one of our youth mentors with outstanding leadership skills. Moses knew he needed to start making money to support his family, and soon NYLD connected him to Newcomer Youth Internship Program, a paid opportunity to gain work experience and develop his skills. He is currently taking up biomedical science at the University of Waterloo. We also have Hera. Hera was one of our NYLD mentors and awarded Ted Rogers Scholarship for Outstanding Community Leadership. Launched in 2017, the scholarship aims to help young leaders across Canada break down barriers and achieve their educational goals. So yeah, isn't it awesome? I think it's way awesome. So again, thank you for listening. And I think that's the end of our presentation. So we're now moving on with the question and answers, I guess. Gerard?
Thank you, Joey, for your presentation about the Newcomer Youth Leadership Development Program, or NYLD. And also thank you to Roberto, Lucia, and Tyson about their presentations. They made it, they explained and they made it so clear how those services help newcomers in their different kind of times of their immigrant journey to make it more successful for them. And here I will invite everyone who's attending this webinar, whether on Zoom or on YouTube or watching us on YouTube, to type in their questions, any questions they have to any of you. So if you're on Zoom, please type it in the Q&A tab. And if you're on YouTube, please type it in the chat field, and we'll ask those questions to the panelists to further clarify any points or questions you may have about the specific part of these programs. While I'll give you a chance to type in any questions you might have, I have a few questions that I'd like to answer to our speakers today. Let's start from, before coming to Canada, and let's start from you, Tyson. Many attendees today who are on this webinar are overseas. I can see Morocco, Ghana, Philippines, and some other countries. So obviously we are in a pandemic situation. It's been over close to 2 years now, and this situation is making it more challenging for newcomers to plan their move to Canada. Is there anything they can do to better prepare while they are still overseas and also start networking before coming here?
Yes, thank you for that question, Gerard. So what I can suggest for our upcoming newcomers who are still waiting or may still be planning is to plan ahead and strategically. I would suggest future newcomers to first avail a pre-arrival service like Next Stop Canada. Our services will give them up-to-date and relevant information on their move. Having a set plan and information on your hands will make your transition to this country easier. So as I mentioned, we have our online forum, which will be a good way to communicate with other immigrants and learn from their recent landing experience. We also have a professional mentors forum, like me and my former mentor, mentee, Muhammad, who can guide you on your career path. I would suggest to also make use of professional social media sites like LinkedIn. In this way, you're able to connect with people who are already in Canada. They may have experienced the same transition as you are planning, or they may be just in the field or career that you're planning to get into. Research more on the company culture and create connections, even if you're still overseas. A quick example would be when I took a pre-arrival, my own pre-arrival experience, wherein when I moved to Toronto from the Philippines, I already have a settlement plan before moving. So I carry that in my luggage. So just a few days after I landed, I was already opening a bank account. I actually went to the Newcomer Information Center in Scarborough and took the Canadian language benchmark test in the same site. So once I landed, I knew exactly what's going on. I had a plan, I had the strategy. It saved me time and energy. And because I already knew the steps that I needed to make, I was able to focus on other things like getting to know the city more or integrating to the new community and making new connections.
Thank you, Tyson. Lucia, I'll ask the next question to you. Getting a job is one of the main priorities, obviously, for any new immigrant arriving in Canada. Is there any suggestion you have for them to have a higher rate of success in their job search? Is there anything they can do to succeed maybe faster or better in finding a job here?
Absolutely. Yes, you're right. Finding employment is one of the major concerns of our clients, and I believe it's one of the questions that our audience may have. As per my personal experience, I was worried about getting a job even before coming to Canada, and then later when I got here. And how I would suggest you to prepare for that challenge. I will start by saying that if English or French is not your first language, be ready to improve your language skills. I've seen clients struggling with their language skills, and it's normal to take some time to adjust. You have, from what you have learned to the reality we face when we are here. And I'm sure Roberto is here to help. The Language Assessment Center can help you. So this would be one of my suggestions. The other one is find employment service. By the way, the YMCA also offers employment services. But if you go to if you have a pre-arrival service with Next Stop Canada, or if you come to NIC, we are going to refer you to the employment service will serve you better according to your background or your location or your personal preference. And also build your network. And how you're going to build a network if you're new to a country? Well, by joining mentoring programs, reading programs, English conversation circles, and the best way, in my opinion, to build a network, improve language skills, and gain Canadian work experience all at the same time would be volunteering. This is huge here in Canada.
Thank you, Lucia, for your answer about further explaining about employment and how they can have a better or higher rate in succeeding in finding a job here. Next, it's you, Roberto. I have a question for you. And for many new immigrants, their first language obviously won't be English or French. And as a result of this, they might find it, they would find it a bit intimidating to communicate in English or French, whether to find a job or within the workplace, or just to even interact socially. So do you have any strategies or tips for them to be better at this?
Well, thank you, Gerard. The two national languages of Canada are English and French. That doesn't mean that everyone here speaks English and French as a native language. When you are going out in Canada, talk to people. Your native language is yours, but your second language is, if it's either English or French, it's like your baby. And if you feed your baby very good stuff, your baby's gonna grow strong and it's gonna be healthy. So feed your English with good English. Read good books. Watch good movies. If you can watch these streaming services with subtitles in English so you can learn new words, that's fantastic. That's tip number one. Tip number two, when you are reading and you find a new word, Google it and try to find the meaning and build your vocabulary. Tip number 3, find a role model. Find that person whose English you think is awesome and look at the way this person moves the lips. Look at the way they move the tongue. Look at the way they position the jaw and try to imitate the way they vocalize the words. And when you're speaking, open your mouth. Project your voice as if you were in a scenario. Don't speak English like this because people is not going to understand you. You have to open your mouth. And in Canada, we have one thing that is beautiful. In Canada, nobody will judge you for your English or your French. They will accept you in the way you are, and they will try to understand you. And that will give you something that you will never get anywhere else, fluency. I can assure to you that once we came to Canada, we were very shy. We didn't know what to say. We were afraid of not pronouncing well, not because of making a mistake. We were afraid of being judged. But in this country, we learned as well never to judge people. So that's something that we work to your advantage here.
Thanks, Roberto, for the examples as well that you gave. Very interesting. Joey, I'll ask a similar question to you. You're responsible for the youth program for young new immigrants. So do you have any similar advice as well to young newcomers, young immigrants who are coming to Canada? What can they do to settle more successfully and also develop their skills while doing that?
I just want to say first that NYLD offers a safe, supportive, and a fun environment where they can hang out with new friends or learn new skills and participate in leadership opportunities. So we support newcomer youth and their families in many ways. This could be as simple as settlement and integration by navigating public transportation on their own or making them aware of community services that they can access. We want them to be involved in their community. We have programs as simple as going to the senior center or going to a food bank and helping in the broader community and the opportunities for the youth to plan and implement all of their experiences. We also provide leadership training and skills development like team building. So we have the YMCA Cedar Glen offering like free team building opportunities for them. We have ESL trainings for students. We also have pre-employment skills like resume building, job search, interview, among others. So it's more like a holistic approach of how to help young people, and definitely NYLD will always offer a safe and supportive and a fun environment for them.
Thank you, Joey. We have new participants also joining the webinar, so I'll ask one other question. Maybe you can recap, Tyson or Lucia. So you offer, or the YMCA of GTA offers pre-arrival and also post-arrival support and programs for newcomers. Could those who are still overseas take the pre-arrival program and also take the post-arrival program after they land in Canada? And if they do so, what would be the benefit to them? So Tyson?
All right, thank you so much. So I'll start. So the word itself, pre and post arrival program. So with Next Stop Canada's support, you don't even have to land in Toronto yourself because we are a national program. We stretch from East Coast to West Coast. You just have to let us know where you're landing. And then we provide you up-to-date information on the area that you will be settling in. So what would be the advantage? Again, as I mentioned, you'll have a personal support that is given to you for your plan. This will accelerate your transition as you're already equipped with the right information, and so that helps you make smart and informed choices. So let's say that you do land to Toronto, and then you can just let us know, and then that way we are able to connect you with Lucia's program, the Newcomer Information Center, which she will further discuss, and like from first pre-arrival. So when you land here, Lucia's program is able to take care and give you further support. So I think you want to add something else, Lucia?
Yes, please. So Tyson explained the basic difference. Many of our clients come from the pre-arrival services, so they are referred to us by Tyson's program, and I believe while they join the Next Stop Canada, they are going to have a lot of information on how to prepare to move to Canada. But when they are here, they are going to get more information on where to go to get the specific training or employment according to their location, because they are here in, I'm talking about Ontario, right? The NIC is supporting newcomers in Ontario, not in Canada, unless, as I mentioned before, you are coming from another province to Ontario, then of course you're welcome to join. And the basically difference is when you're here, we're going to direct you to a specific organization according to your specific need. It's a more locally, the referrals are more local than when you go to a pre-arrival service. You'll get our full support, and you are going to save, as Tyson mentioned before, time and energy. You don't have to go and search everywhere. You go to the settlement service we provide, and we are going to narrow down your path. This is what I have to say.
Thank you, Lucia. We're almost over, so in the last 3-4 minutes, I'll ask you to briefly answer a few questions that we're receiving from our audience. Mm-hmm. We got a few questions about services offered outside of Toronto, like in Vancouver or Edmonton. The post-arrival services featured today on the webinar are offered in Toronto. So are there any similar services or programs offered by other YMCAs in these areas, like in Edmonton or Vancouver or any other city actually in Canada? Who wants to answer?
Well,
okay. Go, Roberto.
Well, there are services in Edmonton, there are services in Vancouver, but they vary from city to city. We cover only the GTA. Some of us are covering Ontario, but the language services are only for the Toronto area. I think, Lucia, you cover Ontario?
We cover Ontario, and I know that other YMCAs also have the newcomer post-arrival services. Not everywhere, I would say. And if you have any question, we can guide you. If you're not in Canada yet, I'm sure the Next Stop Canada can refer you to another settlement program. Even if it's not from the YMCA, they'll find another settlement program to help you.
That is correct.
Definitely.
That's
definitely.
again,
if they're overseas, they can reach out to you, Tyson. And if they're in Canada, maybe they can reach out to the local YMCA branch, and I'm sure they will connect them to the most relevant or available resources in that area.
Yeah, that is correct, Gerard. And if I may just add, and that's the beauty of being in a pre-arrival service, because again, Canada itself is huge. It's one of the biggest countries in the world. So if you let us know where exactly you're landing, we'll do our best to connect you into the service and organization that is closest to you and most convenient.
So one other question is about childcare services. Maybe Lucia, you can answer that. What kind of child care services are available, and does the YMCA help with childcare? What do you have to add? Briefly, please.
Yeah. I mentioned that the YMCA is one of the biggest childcare provider, not-for-profit childcare providers. We have 300 centers. I know it's expensive, and depending on the province you are, the government will have you can get child benefits and you can have subsidized child care. But this you have to check. If you go to one of our centers, or if you connect with one of our staff online, they can guide you on how to take this government funded programs. And you have to go through the assessment eligibility. And then you can get help for the fees for the child care. I would recommend you to connect with one of our information and referral specialists to get more information in the child care.
Thank you, Lucia. Any last tips or advice you have, if you want to share them with our viewers in less than half a minute? Who wants to go?
Maybe I'll just start again. We thank everybody who has joined us for today. It was a pleasure. Again, if you're already approved and you're still outside Canada, register for a program. You can search, that's www.nextstopcanada.ca, and we'll be able to provide you with your plan and help you on your move to Canada.
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize that all our immigrant services, all the programs we presented here are for free. We're funded by the government, and invite all of you to join and give it a try. I'm sure you'll like it as much as I enjoyed it when I moved to Canada 5 years ago.
Thank you.
Just
yeah,
one
Roberto,
more
go
thing.
ahead.
If there is a question that is too personal and specific, please email us the question, especially if you speak Spanish and you feel more comfortable writing the question in Spanish. You can email to me if it's about any of the cases, because I can just redirect to Lucia or Joy if you speak Spanish. And then my email is in the chat as well, so you can email me, and I'll because there is
we will share all your websites, Roberto, all 4 websites, and also your email addresses in a follow-up communication.
Yeah.
So whoever attended today, they will get it in a follow-up communication, and also whoever registered but couldn't join, they will get all these links and contact details so that they can connect with you after this webinar, because we had a limited time, 1 hour, and I know there are so many questions. The time is never enough, or they may have personal questions that they might like to ask privately, so they can connect with you after this webinar is over. So expect an email from us within the next couple of days, including the recording of this webinar and also the contact details.
Thank you.
I think Joey wasn't able to just say a quick piece.
Sure, Joey. Less than 30 seconds, Joey.
I just want to say thank you, Gerard, for having us, and it's really a pleasure to be able to share what NYLD is doing in the Greater Toronto area. So thank you.
Thank you. So there was one question as well from the audience about how to immigrate to Canada. So this is not relevant to today's webinar and to the YMCA services. However, you can connect with new Canadians to get information about immigration, and also to join one of our upcoming webinars on how to immigrate to Canada. So if you have such questions, or you have friends or relatives who may want to know more about immigration, they can always check out the New Canadians website, the immigration section, for the most recent developments, and also keep an eye on our events section for one of the upcoming webinars about immigration. So stay connected with New Canadians through our social media channels, our Telegram channels, and also our monthly newsletter, where you get the best of New Canadians in your inbox once a month. Lastly, once you exit the webinar today on Zoom, you will have a survey that will take you less than a minute to complete, but it will help us a lot in better planning our future events and our webinars and panel discussions to meet your needs and to provide answers to your questions by inviting our partners, our friends, such as the YMCA GTA Immigrant Services and all their departments and divisions that offer free resources and services to newcomers. Who would say no to free resources? And I wish I had such services when I immigrated to Canada over 10 years ago. So thank you once again to Lucia, Roberto, Joey, and Tyson, to YMCA GTA Immigrant Services. And thank you to everyone who joined us on this webinar from Toronto, from Canada, and also from different countries in the world. Thank you and take care.